What's up? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on IE Network. This is the Heaven Hollywood Report. And let's get to it. Shout out to my sponsor in case you didn't know. It's icydk.blog. Once again, icydk.blog. Make sure you check them out on all mobile devices in the World Wide Web. Before we get going, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so we do not miss one video. So you do not miss one video. Let's go. We're going to start this off with the girl Kylie Jenner. Now, Kylie Jenner, since this recent beef, miscommunication, misunderstanding, whatever, has taken place with Selena Gomez. And remember, Selena Gomez said, after this, she's getting off of social media. She's like, this is just too much drama for me. I'm 30 years old. I'm too old for that. She has lost nearly 3 million followers. Kylie Jenner. Now remember, Selena Gomez ended up passing Kylie Jenner. She had just surpassed her. And then after that, Kylie Jenner lost 3 million followers right after this incident happened. Now, I'm not going to say that it's because of that incident, but that sure is a big coincidence that she has the issue with Selena Gomez, or what fans thought that was an issue. And now she's losing followers, and people are calling her and Hailey Bieber bullies and this, for and the other. I'll say this. You don't want to mess with, in the pop world, you don't want to mess with Selena fans or Taylor Swift fans, because they're a bit much. Selena Gomez fans and Taylor Swift fans, I'm telling you, in the pop world, you don't want no smoke with them. All right? As everyone knows, Kylie Jenner, everybody feels as though Kylie Jenner, at least Selena fans, felt as though Kylie Jenner shaded her when she put the picture up that said, this was an accident, because after Selena said she made an accident with her eyebrows. And then, of course, Kylie and Hailey Bieber are friends, so the fans took it as she was shading Selena. Selena then said, I'm going to take a break off social media, what have you. So let me know down in the comments if you know the situation. Do you think Kylie was shading Selena, or do you think this Ariel just blew it out of proportion? Shout out to Michael B. Jordan, who's making his directorial debut in Creed 3. Shout out to him. Now, he was on a podcast. He actually went on, shout out to Gilly and Wallow. He went on Gilly and Wallow podcast. All right, and it was a very good interview. They stayed away from the mess. They didn't ask any Lori Harvey questions. They didn't ask any questions about this recent incident, even though this may have been filmed before that. They didn't ask any, do you only date white girl questions. It was a great professional interview. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan for showing the culture love. It's not every day that you see somebody as big as him coming on a considered hip-hop podcast. You won't usually see him like on a Joe Budden or, what's the other one? Academics or something like that. So that's a big shout out, and that's a big kudos to Gilly and Wallow. It just explains, that just shows where they are now in the podcast game. To book a guest like Michael B. Jordan, wow. So, they asked him pretty much about, who's his inspiration. It was like one of those interviews. All right, no tea in there, but pretty interesting stuff. And it was nice to see, MBJ being engaging and opening up a little bit. He's a pretty serious dude. They asked him about how he felt about being on a certain list with certain actors. He just said, I'm just humble that I don't really deserve to be on the list with them guys yet. Hopefully one day I will. Now, of course, this week was full of Michael B. Jordan action because he, spoke with L'Oreal. Now, L'Oreal is a hip-hop she's a hip hop cast member from Love and Hip Hop, and she pretty much said that Michael B. Jordan used to be the butt of the joke back in high school and what have you. He called her out for calling him corny. Now later on, one of her friends that she did the podcast with said, "Oh, I was the one who called him corny because to me, liking white girls is corny." So I'm going to stand on what I say. And it's just so she was getting dragged through social media. First of all, nobody didn't really believe L'Oreal. They're like, if he said that he remembered you, you call him corny. That means it was probably something in high school that you did. So, people will forget what you say. People will forget sometimes even what you did. But people will never forget the way you made them feel. So you made him feel a certain way in high school, like you was bullying him or insulting him, and he remembered it. That's why he called your ass out on that red carpet. So you can get all the friends you want to defend you. Back in high school, you were bullying Michael B. Jordan and telling him, "Oh, what are you doing with that stupid headshot?" And, "Boy, you're not going to make it. You from the hood," this, that, and the other. Now look at him. Now you up there looking like a Thirst McGirt, talking about, "Oh, well, we go way back in high school." Yeah, when you used to call me corny. But shout out to Michael B. Jordan, man. He's an eligible bachelor. I saw him a picture with Chloe Bailey. Okay, that wouldn't be bad. Seems way classier than Lori Harvey. I'll tell you that much. But Chloe isn't ready to settle down yet. Michael B. Jordan seems like the next year or so he'll be trying to settle down. That's why he needs to hit up Lauren London and get that popping again. Moving on to the album stream queen, Miss Dua Lipa. She is putting up the finishing touches on her third album. She hopes to have this out by later this year. And from what I hear, there's a rumor that there is another record with Megan Thee Stallion. Hopefully they'll be on this album, the Dua Lipa album. Hopefully, she'll be able that other song that I heard, and I heard that this song they have the second song they have together is way better than Sweet as Pie. And so I'm very anxious to hear it. Hopefully it made the cut for this album. But yeah, Dua Lipa is saying that she hopes to release this album before this year is up. So definitely be checking for that. Dua Lipa is on fire. She's one of the top, 3, top 5 pop artists in the world. So shout out to Dua Lipa. Speaking of finishing albums, Cardi B. Now Cardi B is finishing up her touches on her, what's it called? She has to do her community service, public community service. And she's out there twerking it up and laughing and dancing and singing verses to her songs. I've never seen somebody so happy to do community service. But, at least Cardi is tweeting, getting ready to get up for community service. This is not fun, guys. If you do the crime, you got to do the time. Stuff like that. She's saying, obey the law. She basically telling people, don't act like me. I disobeyed the law. I'm paying for it now. So she's basically telling people, just don't do what she did. So shout out to Cardi B, man. She's this album, like I said, has a release date to it. So they say, and I'm going to go out and say that I believe it is release date is the anniversary of Invasion of Privacy. I think she's going to try to release this on the same day as she did Invasion of Privacy, at least on the same week, if that day doesn't land on a Tuesday or what have you, or Friday. She's going to at least land it that same week. So, and from what they're saying, I spoke to a couple of people who's got a couple of tracks on her album, and they're saying this album is just as lit as the first one. Of course, it won't sell like the first one, but they're saying it's just as lit as the first one. They expect it to do really well. So, we waiting, Cardi B. We waiting. Drop that album, girl. Moving on to the girl Ice Spice. Ice Spice song with the Pink Panthers is now up to number 3. She is the first female rapper to have a number 3 song, since Nicki Minaj did it in 2022. Ice Spice, we're going to see if this song gets to number 1. The Ariana Grande song is coming next week. You still got Flowers to climb over. So my prediction was after this week it's going to sink down or stay the same and then sink down. But we'll see if Ice Spice can surprise us. And she right now is getting the most engagement of all the female rappers, including Nicki Minaj, including Megan Thee Stallion, including Cardi B. Right now, Ice Spice is getting the most engagement of any female rapper right now. That is very interesting. So shout out, to Ice Spice. Let's hope that song can get closer to number 1. And finally, we're going to close out with Latto. And Latto is still going around saying that 21 Savage is not the boyfriend she's talking about. That's not the man she's talking about. Everybody's saying, "Oh, you're coming in second. You're a side chick." And she keeps saying, "I live with my man. How am I a side chick? I live with him, and don't y'all see the Bentleys? Don't y'all see the this? Don't y'all see the that? How am I a side chick?" And somebody said something about 21, and she said, "I've been told y'all it wasn't him." But then she has his name tattooed on the back of her ear, his real name. So if that's not your boyfriend, why are you tattooing 21 Savage real name on your body? If that does not, if you're not saying that he's the boyfriend. And Latto debuted at 83, I believe, for her song, "And let the head over me." And of course, everybody is, people who don't like Latto is dragging her, making fun of her, saying 83, you flop, this and another. Just keep in mind, before you start calling her a flop, keep in mind, BD Energy debuted in the Bubbling 100. The Bubbling Under, so don't talk too fast. Let's uplift all of our ladies. They're all doing a tremendous job. No hate here on this channel. If you want hate, this is the wrong channel. So shout out to Latto. Keep doing your thing. I'm anxious to see where that song goes from here, because it is a bop. I don't care what nobody says. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.